live from the UCOMM Media Studio. It's UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. Talk news that works for the people who go to work. Fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. News, progress, and workplace politics. Now here's your host, Chris LaGrange.
So employers can now file decertification petitions against their employees' unions. We have Trump to thank for that. He's also trying to make using the inflatable balloon rats illegal on construction sites all across this great nation. We expose the morning show bigots at AM 710 WR New York City. You won't believe what racist bullshit came out of their mouths. They're employees of iHeart. And plus Kellyanne Conway's hubby calls her boss a racist, makes an op-ed about it, gets some press about it. And unions are picking ice, Jimmy. Plus, we got some coast-to-coast wins for the union movement, so we're going to be talking about that.
When can we get on a picket line with the unions against us?
No, we can't.
Why not?
Because they stopped doing it. They only did it once. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris LaGrange with UCOMM Live with me, Chris LaGrange. Talk news, sports, progress, and workplace politics. The fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. We had 30 days off. We needed it, man. We're podcasters now. No one's telling us. Yeah, when to go on the air, when not to. We say 2 o'clock, we're fucking with you. It's 2:30. Right?
Yes.
We're fucking with you. No. Actually, before we get into the guys on the construction sites, give us 1 second. We got some house cleaning before we get into the union issues. You guys care about so goddamn much. We'll go around Rob and Antonio's here. Dan, congratulations getting a new job.
Thank you.
Brian, the freaking know-it-all, still drives me nuts. He's here going to talk about whatever. James, my favorite, got fucking married.
There's the ring, yeah.
He's a mark, man.
It's the best things ever happened to me, let me tell you.
You're such a liar. Jimmy's here. Right here. I don't want to look at you.
I'm very close to you, Chris.
Skippy Ding Dong's behind Instagram. I like our Instagram page, but every day we lose like 50 followers. You know why? Because Instagram sucks. And you know what? People don't. If you're going to engage me on Instagram, don't give me homework. Don't give me homework. I'm busy enough. And Newman turd, nervous ass, Tourette syndrome, Mohammed Sharker.
Wow.
Sharker?
What? Welcome aboard.
Don't say any racist Muslim jokes because Mohammed's in the room and he'll get offended. Now, you're doing a good job, buddy. You asked me yesterday, you're an 18-year-old kid. What am I supposed to tell you? That you're great? That's the problem with the previous generation. You're not a millennial, right? Millennials are useless. No, I'm just kidding. You are. You fuckers can't swing hammers. So anyway, really, I can go on and on, and I'm just kidding. Not all millennials are Sallies. Just Brian. So, whoa, right, Brian. Does he even own a hammer?
Ryan's a millennial.
Ryan's not a millennial. He's an old soul. But Mohammed, you have a chance not to be as useless as a millennial. You really do.
You got one around.
You know? Oh, shit. I forgot to do something. All right, during the break. But anyway, okay. So listen, we got some house cleaning to do. We should change show time. I think 2 o'clock sucks. Even though it's the best time to get most people on and around the internet. It's tough to line up like quality panelists. This is the best I have to produce. Skippy, Antonio, Brian, some kid I just found off the street, James, and Jimmy.
You'll always have me, bro.
What time?
I don't know. Brian, write this down. We're going to put out a poll to the rank and file to the average UCOMM guy and gal. When should we do this show? Monday morning, 6 a.m.? Compete with Mike and Mike?
Do you want to
do
6 a.m.?
Fuck no. Do we do it at, say, 5 o'clock on a Thursday to get the train ride home, folk? Do we do it earlier in the day, later in the day? Is Thursday really the day? When is the freaking day where you want to see and hear this?
Well, I think
what do you think, James?
Like you said, when you get people in, what their schedule normally permits from everybody who normally would expect to come in from anyone, from politicians to...
Do we lose you at 5 o'clock?
I think happy hour is the best time.
Do we lose you at 5 o'clock?
Not yet.
I mean, you can tell your next employer, I'm going to be an hour late. Right?
I'm off.
Oh, you're off
Thursdays. Do it on Thursdays.
There's no science behind it, folks. We do it on Thursdays because the bar is not hiring that day.
That's right.
That's how complex it is, right, Antonio?
You could do happy hour with Chris LaGrange, you know?
Happy hour with Chris LaGrange.
That's what time do you go? What time do you guys start drinking on the train? 3:30?
Drinks, politics, and workplace or sexual harassment.
Right before you get off your first job, going to your second job, having a beer in the garage.
Trump created so many jobs that Americans have two or three just to make ends meet. Oh my God! So I went to Jamaica for vacation, and it was a lot of pot, very hot. Nothing stayed cold. It's what you expect, you know. I mean, everything you see in the movies about Jamaica, it's Jamaica. It's for lovers.
Is there just constantly reggae playing in the background?
Yeah.
Out in the wild.
What reggae is, which I learned, is just covers. So every song you like, they covered in reggae. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
So I went with my buddy George. George has been on the show. Should we call George? You got George's number? George, because it was his first time at a resort-like setting, decided that he had to tip every worker he saw. So he spent his entire vacation chasing down Jamaicans to give them dollar bills. That's all he did. And he kept learning their names, and when he forgot, he would ask me, I'm like, George, I don't give a fuck. I'm on vacation. I'll get them at the end. It's one of those things. They hate Trump too over there. Oh, boy. Oh, Nelly.
Why?
Why do you think?
And we do?
Different reasons. But the disdain is just as equal. So the deflatable rat. What's the story behind the story? Know it all, Brian. We're going to go into that one.
So Peter Robb, who is the general counsel for the NLRB.
Time out. So inflatable rats, if you're in the northeast United States and you drive by a construction site, you see an inflatable rat.
Yeah, all the time.
What it stands for is that this employer is a filthy, stinking rat. They pay low wages. The working conditions are unsafe. The workforce they had is from out of state or unskilled. It's just bad news. Right? Dump that. He is a bad man. Basically, that's what that says. And for the most part, it's good visuals. Why do unions do it? Well, they may not have the staff to go ahead and put 100 guys out there throwing bricks through windows and shit like we used to in the 30 Rand shit. All right, so you put up a couple old-timers with a generator. Guys,
look, they pass a rat. They want to know why is that rat there?
Yeah.
What does it mean? It generates questions, and that's what you want to have.
Right. Like what is UCOMM pack? I don't know. Google it, figure it out, and take out your credit card. You'll learn right away. So same thing with the rat, right? Oh my God, there's something bad going on. Employers hate this because a group of people standing around could just look like a bunch of idiot millennials getting a new iPhone. You don't know what it is. They could have signs and all, but it could be, the Jonas Brothers are in town. I'm not allowed to go to Jonas Brothers concerts anymore.
Why?
Ask the courts.
Eddie?
So anyway, these rats are a whole industry too. They're made in like bumfuck Indiana, right?
Illinois.
And local unions buy them. And
are the union made themselves?
Probably, I would assume.
Right?
I don't think they're made in China.
I've also seen like a big fat pig or like a fat cat. They've expanded.
Yeah, roaches.
Oh, roach! I've seen the roach.
A Trump. I've seen a Trump. The British made the Trumps.
Yep.
So these things are what they are. Oh, and the car dealership down the road from where I am in my corner of the country has a rooster. I don't know. Stupid marketing employee. Toyota.
Oh, that's not a union related thing.
Okay. If you see a blown up rooster, it's a Toyota salesman. Knock it off, folks. So anyway. Now we explain what the inflatable rat is and why people use it. Know it all, Brian. Your turn.
So the NLRB General Counsel Peter Robb has a real hard on for these things and getting rid of them. So
why?
he really hates him. It seems like it's sort of an unnatural compulsion.
How old is this guy?
Oh, he's got to be in his 60s because he was.
We should put an inflatable. That's right. He's the Paco guy. We should put inflatable rats up at his grandkid's baptism. That's the way you get under the boss's skin. Hey, Muhammad was me when I got under the boss's skin, right? You want to tell the story later? All right. Be careful. Don't give too much details out there. I don't want to get jammed up. So we're going to put up inflatable rats at this guy's grandkid's baptism. Okay, go ahead. So anyway, this guy.
And so Rob found two cases, one in Philadelphia against IBW Local 98, and one in New York City against Laborers Local 79.
Oh, I know those guys.
And he's bringing them
in. All right.
Yeah. And he's bringing them to court to try and get the courts to say that the inflatable rat is illegal. And what they're basically trying to do is they're trying to say that by putting up the inflatable rat against a contractor, that's really a secondary boycott against whatever building is there.
We didn't we say a few shows ago that we need to start breaking labor law and start really doing more secondary boycott.
Yeah. I think we're talking about the Taft-Hartley Act, where it comes from,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that a few shows ago.
I'm an expert. So they're saying it's a secondary boycott.
Yeah. So for example, in the Local 98 case, IBW was protesting against a contractor that was working in I think it was a Fairfield Inn, and there was a restaurant that was attached to it. So they're trying to claim that by putting up the rat outside of the Fairfield Inn, that was a secondary boycott against Fairfield Inn.
What if another organization other than the union did it?
Well, then I don't know that it would be under the purview.
Yeah. So let's say Jobs with Justice or Muhammad for Sarkis or whatever. Some stupid organization that popped up. UCOMM PAC. This is a secondary boycott organized by world-famous UCOMM PAC.
And you can turn it into a First Amendment right too. You're expressing your beliefs, and you're
here.
An individual can go out and do it. What are you going to do about an individual?
Pedophiles, free trade.
That's First Amendment rights right there.
No, that's Donald Trump and Jeff Epstein.
Oh,
fucking 13-year-old girls.
I'm talking about the rat.
Everybody buy pussy, man.
Inflatable rat. Outside of the business.
Long Island Federation. AFL-CIO could do it.
Stop localizing us. I'm gonna fire you.
Okay, I'll beat you inside.
Jimmy. We do a break. I'm break time.
Well, just something real quick. So the Local 79 case actually came before a judge because the NLRB wanted to get a temporary restraining order. The judge shot that down and said that the inflatable rat is protected, First Amendment speech, and so as of right now, the rat's saved.
All right, the rat's saved. UCOMM live with me. Talk news, sports, progress, workplace politics. The fastest growing podcast on the internet. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. Sorry, so long, folks. We had a vacation. We'll be right back.
Commercial consideration for UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange are provided by the following.
What's in a union label? Pride, expertise, the highest level of standards, and understanding that you're never off the clock. Charged for standing up for others, to fight for fairness, opportunity, equal pay, an obligation to help everyone succeed, a commitment to protecting what makes America possible. What's in a union label? Everything that matters most.
Did you read that story on UCOMM Blog? UCOMM Blog is America's fastest-growing daily news service, delivering news on progress, sports, entertainment, current events, and workplace politics. Our team of writers and trusted sources weed out the bullshit and get you the stories that you need. With a weekly email and a daily work text, you can't find content like ours anywhere else. Designed for the busy activists on the go. That's UCOMMblog.com. UCOMMblog.com.
Ever wonder what you can send through the mail? Turns out, a lot. We not only have the largest postal service in the world, great rates. No tax dollars are used to support it. The post office will take almost anything but your tax dollars. But some of the government want to sell up the post office to private corporations. That'd be the end of delivering almost anything, anywhere, at a cost you can afford. The U.S. Postal Service. Keep it. It's yours.
This is Ed Flashback's 44-year member of SAG-AFTRA and host of America's Workforce Radio and Podcast. Listen to us anytime, any day at awwradio.com. It's 1 hour of worker power where you can find out what's going on with the steelworkers, the UAW, the communication workers, teachers, the building trades, and much more. Listen to the people trying to make a better life for us all. It's all about labor on the move, and we are union strong. America's Workforce Radio. Check us out at awwradio.com.
All right, we're back. You come live with LaGrange. Talk news, sports progress, and workplace politics. The fastest growing podcast on and around the internet. Sorry for the delay there, folks. We're working out the kinks. Take 30 days off. We just can't. You know, we got to do the show week after week. And we're going to come up with a new time. We will. We'll figure it out, folks. We'll figure it out. Good news. We're trying to do our best to increase union density and awareness of workplace rights. And it's difficult because it's not like anybody in the mainstream media is going out of their way to let people know about their right to bargain collectively. Who would have thought, right? Getting together your coworkers and say, listen, we want to raise, deserve better living than this.
Look at what they did at Schultz.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's right.
What happened to him, by the way?
I don't know, but he was on MSNBC and around like I think the 2012 election was before 2016. He got taken off.
You know what? I
wasn't too much about labor politics for them.
I think also, and I can almost attest to this. I wish we were in the meeting with the executives. The labor audience in itself is very fucking bashful. When union news comes out, they kind of hide. They rescind. You know, they're not out vocal about it. They're not sharing it. They're not liking it. They're not tweeting it. They're not telling people about it. They're just nodding their head and then moving on to the back page of the New York Post.
Or a ball game.
Or some distraction, right? The labor audience I'm sorry, guys, you're awful, you know? And labor communicators get exhausted because they're constantly trying to deliver it. And when you say, hey, listen, folks, you know, if you want me on a bigger program like an MSNBC or an XM, I need your support. You got to communicate to the station, and they just don't. We wait for people like Rachel Maddow to give us a second.
Ugh.
Right? I think she's pretty.
She talks about Russia every night.
She is. She's got a hard on for Russia.
I don't know what's going on.
Ed went on the Russian network. So.
Yeah.
He was he died just a little over a year ago.
So labor, listen,
R.I.P.
If you know a labor communicator, just love them.
Power.
Love them, hug them, promote them, tell your friends about them, share it out. Give me some feedback here, Brian, on Instagram and Twitter, feedback from Facebook. People are talking shit, right?
Yes. Just give me a second.
All right, Jesus Christ.
I liked it.
Hey, Mike.
Everyone like it?
All right. Let's take this opportunity to introduce you to our intern, Mohammed Sarkar. We didn't talk to you yet, did we? We
Not
did the
really,
first
no.
run around. Why are you here?
Well, at my other internship, I stumbled upon UCOMM blog on Facebook.
Is your hair really like that all the time?
No, I just skipped like 2 cycles of haircuts.
Do you do do you do anything with your hair? You just wake up and get on the subway and make your ass out here?
I occasionally apply pomade to it and comb it, but like I haven't lately.
The fuck is pomade?
Pomade.
The hell's that?
What I use.
It's like
the good stuff.
James,
wax.
you use pomade?
Somewhat. It's a secret.
James is married now.
James!
So you found us on the internet and
Facebook.
wanted to come and intern.
Yep.
Are you regretting it?
No.
What did we do yesterday?
Well, we were going around. There's like this...
Careful. Remember, don't give up specifics.
All right.
Location, employer, union. Just what were we doing?
All right, we were going around certain plants and looking at conditions and then taking pictures of workers. But our true objective was to sign people up for one of the union newsletters.
Okay,
So,
good enough. And what happened?
At one of the plants, the HR lady was a total
Mean person.
really kind lady.
She was chesty though.
Really?
I don't know. I thought so at first.
I don't really remember.
But then her meanness just covered her chestiness.
Chesty.
Chesty.
I gotta look that up in the
She
dictionary.
was very mean. So
Guess I'm not
we're
into
there in the
50-year-olds.
break room talking to the membership about why we're there and just doing what UCOMM does best, which is kick ass for the working class. So, and this lady, this mean HR lady,
breaks in.
comes into the break room and she's all bitter and said we can't do the job. So what she was saying was a definite violation of the collective bargaining agreement. So I ignored her because a boss to me is as important as I could give a shit. You're not my boss, and the steward was fine with it. So continue, Mohammed. This is your first week on the job, by the way, and I thought you were gonna shit your pants. So what happened?
Well, she just started nagging to everyone about how you can't take pictures of the workers, and then everyone was like rolling their eyes. And then she went away, and we took pictures because people wanted the pictures, and people were really excited. They were posing, they were smiling, trying to give their Hollywood acts and everything. And then she comes back later, and she's like, "Oh my God, you took pictures of me! Show me the pictures!" And then we walked outside. We were on our way out.
I didn't take any pictures of her.
Yeah.
I pressed down on the button as I walked, and I have it on sports, so it's like this.
Yeah, I love that sound.
So who knows what's going on? And my GoPro was off. So understand, employers, if you want to jam me up, make sure my GoPro is off because I just record everything. I have a record of everything.
You should have kept it on.
I should have kept it on.
It was pretty good.
I took it off because we were done.
Yeah.
But once the HR lady came out,
It wasn't done
I'm
anymore.
like, okay, now I'm back on.
Yeah.
Agitation Chris with the intern Mohammed. Let's do it. So we're I just hold down the button. It makes a bunch of noise. I haven't even reviewed it. I don't have time to wipe my ass, let alone go through half of the material that we create here at the world famous UCOMM.
That's the smell.
So anyway, we're on our way out, minding our business, updating our Facebook status, and then who comes out? Mohammed Sarkar.
Oh my.
Who came out after me after that situation?
So the HR lady brought the resident private investigator, Pinkerton fellow.
A Pinkerton came out, right? And you can tell he was 2 bumps coke short of becoming a real cop. Always off. Always off, these Pinkertons are, right? Hi, I'm so-and-so from corporate security, and what did I do to...
You saluted him.
I saluted him. Corporate security.
Support the troops.
Just like this. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It's corporate security.
They fought for our country.
Did he? No. He fought for corporate America. So anyway. So he's asking me, did I take a picture of HR lady? And I said no. And then he asked to see the pictures, and I'm like, get the fuck out of my face, man. Who are you? This is my private property, and you're in my area. Like, he was standing pretty close to me.
Actually,
I would have stabbed him with a pen if no one was looking. Like Joe Pesci'd his ass. Then he's like, well, you're on my property. I'm thinking to myself, no, bitch, you're on your boss's property, and you're so far up his ass, it's hard to see where he starts and you begin. So then we just left. We got the nod from the BA, and the members were all laughing, like, all right, let's go. But the corporate security guy just made my fucking day. What a loser. I wish I had his name. I wish I was recording the GoPro. We would have put it up on.
It doesn't even pay well, right? Like, it's not even high paying. You're. Why?
Yeah, why? So what do you want to do when you're all grown up? You want to be me?
Maybe.
Jesus
Depends.
Christ, you need to.
I mean,
he needs a set of sights a lot higher, huh, Jimmy?
Yeah, way higher.
This is no life.
Shut up!
This is no life. You want to touch the board?
Yeah, but you enjoy it. And
No, I
you're
don't.
good at it.
I'm not. I'm good at it, but I don't enjoy this.
But you've stuck with it this long. There's got to be something.
I have
that
nothing
keeps you
else I
doing it.
can do.
So what are you good at then? What do you enjoy besides talking to men in hot tubs in Florida?
I miss him. I hope he's doing well.
He's a nice guy.
What do I enjoy? I enjoy hardball.
I think you like this a lot.
I enjoy hardball. I want to be a professional baseball player. I think I'd be good at it.
Want to have a cat?
Well, let's talk about us. What before we get into the organizing wins, we'll do that in the next segment. But Trump, in addition to wanting to make the rat illegal, is now giving employers the opportunity to file on their own without any worker consent decertification petitions. And this is going to be a big issue if the labor community does not stop it. Long story short, Brian, a decertification process is important. Why?
Because it's the legal way to get rid of a union in a workplace.
Yeah. So 50% plus one have to vote against having a seat at the bargaining table. They want to go back to being at will and begging.
Yep.
They don't want to have a voice anymore. It's usually done with dumb workforces. It happens. It's very prevalent in right-to-work states, and it's no way to go. So what's the story then, Brian?
So the NLRB is trying to push through a new rule that would allow employers to file what's called an anticipatory withdrawal, which basically means that within 90 days of the expiration of a CBA, collective bargaining agreement, the employer could say, we don't think the union has the support of the workforce.
So private sector or public?
Private sector.
Yeah, because public sector, they have, in New York State, they have Taylor law. In other states, they have versions of, a lot of public employees work years without a CBA, but their protections are kept in place.
Well, and in some cases, they have this law. Iowa has a very similar law where before the union can start negotiating a new CBA, they have to hold a recertification election. And they were very difficult with the rules. And you had some workforces that maybe had 3 people in them. One person voted yes, one person voted no, one person didn't bother to show up and vote. Well, they are no longer represented by a union. So they're very expensive. They're very costly. I think in Iowa, they spent tens of millions of dollars on the elections.
That's the whole goal, folks. It's not about workplace fairness or democracy or anything like that. The goal is to weaken labor's ability to buy politicians, to pass progressive laws, and to really advocate and lobby on behalf of those who don't have unions, which is who's going to fight for increasing minimum wage and for funding OSHA and for raising prevailing wages across the nation if labor is the only one doing this. It's not like your buddy at the bodega and his best friend who works at Sev's is getting together with the Starbucks barista and coming up with a legislative plan. Trust me, those motherfuckers are trying to just fuck everything that moves. They're barely hanging on week to week, making payroll. They're not putting together legislative agendas to push politicians to hold employers honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. So any attack on labor is a way just to take away their political power, and that's what Mark Janus did. And if you know a teacher who's not pro-union, punch him in the nose because there's no school right now. It's legal. You can do that. They have no idea how hard their teachers' unions work constantly year-round, so they can just be fat and lazy and not be pro-union at the beach every summer.
The whole idea is to take money away from the unions.
Right.
Yep.
So they don't have the power or the resources to continue to fight. And the thing is, like, I have a sign in my office. No one knows what I do until I stop doing it. Decertify your union. Do it. I fucking dare you. I dare you, right? Go ahead. See what your workplace will be like after that. The boss will be a little nicer to you for about a month or two. Then the second no one's looking and everyone's divided and, corporate stabbing each other in the back for raises and stuff, then you'll see all the atrocities happen. And then men will start dying, and we'll be back to children working in mills making the shirts that Jimmy's wearing.
Well, and in Iowa, I think it was something like
It's a
80...
Polish shirt. They got unions.
Hello, Miss Lady.
What, Brian?
In Iowa, I think it was something like 80% or more of the public employees voted to support their unions. The only ones they lost were these really, really small bargaining units.
Sure, and that's another thing.
It's just a waste of money.
I hate to sound so negative. I'm just tired, folks. I need another vacation from these 30 days off. I think I came back too early. But here's what I really mean about all this. Labor will only get stronger if you do shit like this. It forces us to go back to square one and organize.
Exactly.
All right?
Yeah.
The AFSCME did it to themselves, becoming an agency, serving members like you owe them something while they get fat and barely move their bodies in their cubicles in any public employee office across this great nation. It weakened you to begin with. Lee, I hope you're listening. He's not, but he should, because maybe the heads of these unions in state capitals and in D.C. realize this. Shit. This whole service model backfired on us.
Right. They're going to have to start talking to the rank and file, organizing people and making sure that their rank and file know what their union is.
That's right.
It's not call your lawyer. It's not, client relationship.
If they have a question, Dan, about how to do it the right way, maintaining service while increasing accountability and being active, just ask the IBEW. They're experts at it. They have excellent membership servicing, but they also ask their members to get off their ass and go and rally and picket and do things and do charity, and at the same time make each member feel accountable. And they educate their workforce. They bring them on conferences. They train them. AFSCME just didn't do that for many, many years. The AFT, the NEA just didn't do that, and I blame even my generation's union leadership for being afraid of their members. I get in so many arguments at bars and family picnics and get-togethers with shitty members. And the first thing I say is, man, it sucks that a good union job is wasted on you. And that's hurtful to say to someone you just met. What are you saying? I shouldn't have that job? No. You should be at Comcast. You shouldn't have a job like that. You're an awful union member. Shitty unions have shitty members. So go ahead and throw this at us, this constantly recertifying. UCOMM will come and help, step in, start increasing communications, and we'll fucking kick the boss's ass with a boot. Right, Jimmy?
Yeah, well, it's got to be explained to the members that what they're getting when they bring this on. They're getting shit. They're really getting dumped on.
So understand that. Every union member has a responsibility. And if you're that type of person, you wouldn't be listening to this show anyway, but we all know that person. Well, my union stinks because. Always respond back, well, your union stinks because you suck yourself.
And can I just point out one thing is, we've been talking about the NLRB a lot today.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that a presidential election really affects. And I know UCOMM blog reported on that before Trump was elected, warning union members what the hell is going to happen. Now it's happening. And, one thing that the election could change is possibly the makeup of the NLRB.
Again. And the residual negative effect of all of this is only going to affect us in about 8 years. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next year or the year after. It's going to happen 10 years down the road, and by then we'll be blaming somebody else. We'll have forgot this moment. Jimmy, don't forget it. You should be up in heaven in about 10 years, so just,
No.
Yell
God
down.
forbid.
Yell down.
I told my doctor I only want another
God forbid he goes to heaven?
No, I'm saying in 10
Wow.
years. In 10 years.
James.
Make it 20.
Did you hear that?
25. That's
What
I
happened to this show?
Jimmy wants to die in 25 years.
No,
You just said it.
I told my heart doctor, give me another 25 years.
You taking aspirin?
Because he wants to work for the next 20 and retire for 5, right?
I'm retiring next year. I can't wait. All right. Can we do a break? We're going to come back. We're going to talk about organizing drives and this op-ed that Kellyanne Conway's husband did. We'll explain who the fuck he is. And some feedback from social media. We'll do some more jokes. We'll make fun of Muhammad, and then we'll let you go. UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. Talk news, sports, progress, and workplace politics. The fastest-growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. We'll be right back.
UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange is sponsored in part by...
The UCOMM Media Group is our nation's premier marketing, advertising, and internal union communications consulting service. UCOMM's award-winning websites, newsletters, texts, and strategic messaging delivers the union value set in a unique and relatable message that really resonates. With affordable rates and proven organizing methods that work, we take a load off your workload. To learn more and set up a consultation, visit ucommworks.com. That's ucommworks.com.
Hey guys, you like what you're hearing? Text us at 646-408-4636.
Chris LaGrange here, host of UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. Talk news that works from the people who go to work. The fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. Join us live every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, or listen on ucommlive.com. Our loud and colorful panelists bring you news, progress, and workplace politics like no other. So subscribe today wherever great podcasts are found.
UCOMM Live call-in line, 631-969-9599. Or you could try 631-969-9599. If none of those work, try 631-969-9599.
Mike Honcho.
All right, we're back. UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. Talk news, sports, progress, and workplace politics. The fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. The Mets are around right now. They're playing the St. Diego Padres. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Oh, they already won.
And they won 4-0.
Yep.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, and Syndergaard said he likes being a Met, so don't trade him. Trading Syndergaard would be stupid.
I love Thor. I have a Thor bobblehead. I love him.
And I mean, I don't think we should change the bullpen at all. I like Vargas. I think people are scared shitless of him because he looks like a fucking murderer. And
he almost murdered a reporter.
And if we get rid of Wheeler, if we got to get rid of someone, he was the most consistent pitcher we have.
Well, we can always re-sign him in the offseason because his contract's up this year.
Yeah. I watched Moneyball last night. Love that movie. Love the book. Dry book, but love that movie. I wonder if my 9-year-old is ready for Moneyball yet. I still don't want him to know the truth about sports. That's all about the money. It's all about the money.
I thought it was all about the math.
What MLB Players Union, didn't they make the news recently, Brian? We didn't blog or anything on that. No. Someone else's union. Oh, someone just re-signed the president of the Basketball Players Union just won his re-election. What the hell's his
Chris
name?
Paul?
Yeah. No. Well, it doesn't matter. Guys, tell us about your team. 646-408-4636. Or call us at 631-969-9599. If you can get by James, you can come on the show and tell us whatever the hell you want. So, organizing drive. So what happens is every now and then, the UCOMM media audience, and I love you all, even though you're bashful and you're shy, they do good things and they organize. They organize their workplaces. So we go ahead and we go to this website for the National Labor Relations Board. God, we got to stop talking about them, right? I need to get a life. So we go to the National Labor Relations Board website and we do some research and we write up stories of popular organizing drives. And the thing is, there's positive news happening all the time, but because of Mark Zuckerberg and Donald Trump and
Jeff Bezos,
Jeff Epstein, Fox News, it's all negative all the time. So we like to give you something at UCOMM Blog, something to smile about. And this is what we're giving you. What? We have a shout out first before we get into organizing drives. Who do you want to say hello to?
Gary Pack, Insulators 64 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thanks for watching.
Oklahoma. That's far, man.
Yeah, that's right around the corner.
That's all you have to say about Oklahoma?
Have you been there?
It's a great state.
It's the Lone Star State.
It's right above.
Oh, that's Texas.
Yeah. Chris LaGrange, geography. So, thanks for listening, Insulators in Oklahoma. Where are we winning in organizing drives? I'm looking for the paperwork here. Did I write it or did you?
Well, Mohammed and myself wrote it.
Mohammed, you wrote? Uh-oh.
Yeah, believe it or not, I can.
How old are you?
5.
Stop being a dick. How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. Jesus Christ.
When were you born?
Yeah,
2000.
prove it.
2000.
All right. Where's my birthday?
in the year 2000.
You were born when?
2000. Do you want my full birthday?
Holy shit.
No.
No.
When you were 1 year old, 9/11 happened.
Oh, yeah.
That's shitty, dude.
I remember.
I was 20-something. I smelled it driving
38.
over the bridge. It was awful. What?
I was 38.
Were you? We didn't meet yet, did we? Jimmy, you were 68.
Did you step into a time machine?
So wardrobe staff at an off-Broadway production of Fiddler on the Roof. I've seen that before. Tradition.
In Yiddish?
The five
This is
people.
completely in Yiddish.
The five people voted to join IATSE. And 4 voted yes, and 5 forgot to vote.
No, 1 forgot to vote. The 5th person.
Oh, so 5 people, 1 forgot to vote. Boy, that's got to be the biggest idiot on the workforce.
Yeah, what do you show up late?
That wardrobe person doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
But
so
that's 20% of that union.
International Association of TSEE, Theatrical Stage Employees, right? Yeah. That's what I thought it was. So congratulations to Local 764, based in wherever the hell they are, for being 9 people strong.
New York City.
New York City. American Bottling Company, which bottles Dr. Pepper, Snapple, made from the greatest stuff on earth, Keurig coffee, voted 46. Huh?
Keurig.
Whatever.
Nancy Kerrigan coffee.
Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding, beat you in the knee coffee. 46-16 to join Teamsters 727 in Illinois. That's pretty good. And what else do we got? Know it all, Brian.
So, military family life counselors in North Carolina at Camp Lejeune. They voted to join the IAM, International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, Local Lodge 47.
What are they, social workers?
Yeah, family counselors. Social workers.
So machinists are now representing social workers. Hey, whatever.
Machinists represent everybody.
I'm not a machinist.
Great Scott.
11 client service reps at the New York Blood Center are joining $11.99. Big Purple in New York City. So congratulations. Welcome to the family.
Well done.
Your first contract's not always the best. Got to get certain things in place. The grievance procedure, management rights, your rights. And once
listen to this show.
And once you get your first contract and you lock in what you got, you organize for the next 2-3 years, then the next time you go out there and you flip some fucking cop cars and you get some real benefits, right? That's what you got to do.
Take the whole union, flip a cop car. It's a little union.
Yeah, did you think that the electricians in New York made $108 an hour back in 1930? No, it took them almost 70 years to get that. And don't go back. Always go forward. And that's what stinks about all the changes with the health benefits and the cost of it, and with not having guaranteed pensions. That seems to be a thing of the past. It's not. It can be attained. And moving over to 401ks, the non-union workforce gave up because they don't have a voice. They have no means really of bargaining for themselves. They can go ahead and bargain one-on-one and do whatever they can do, but the employer's just going to say, no, I'll just get somebody younger, hotter, smarter, and cheaper to come do the job. So you're fucking fired. Get the hell out of my office. And you can't do that with the union workforce because there's places, there's procedures in place to protect you, but the non-union have to pay into their health benefits. They have no other means not to. We're going to go get another job? No, they're going to try to go get a union job. So because the non-union is dominating in the United States, or most people in the United States are non-union, it's tough for unions to be like, we're not paying into our health benefits, especially when you have media, which we don't own or control, saying, look at these guys. Look at these fat cops. Look at these teachers.
What's the percentage of unions?
Look at these
in the United
DPW
States
guys not paying into their health benefits. And you do? That's evil. We should take it away from them because they're bad. You guys who blow for a living, who have to constantly beg to go to the bathroom at non-union call centers all in the Midwest. Yeah, you got it right. But you have to pay in, so does everybody else. It's complete bullshit. And we need a presidential candidate to say it just like that, but who's saying it other than the oy vey old man? Anyone else? Nah.
Talk about unions.
Well,
on
talk
the
about
campaign
They're
trail.
all talking about unions.
Yeah.
Talking about the contributing in the healthcare. I think that's an issue that most Americans can relate to. Either you want to or you don't. And if you do, how do you stop doing that? And if you don't, how do you keep that? That, I think, should be a topic. Beto 2020. Don't get Dennis Dunn all pissed off. But Mayor Bill from New York, love him or hate him, he's still mayor, recently introduced something, right, to get rid of the at-will status.
Yeah, he...
and that's novel.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He wants to create a just cause employment so that employers can't just fire you because you did something outside of work that they didn't like.
Yeah, like a Facebook post dropping the M-bomb.
Yeah,
even that shit, right? Yeah, let's keep all the racist non-union workers in your cable company.
Or that
I don't know what was he.
Or that a boss just comes in a bad mood and decides to fire someone.
Yeah,
that they would have to show just cause and they'd have to have a grievance procedure. And you'd have to go through that before a boss would be allowed to fire you.
And this would be an executive order as president of these United States.
It's unclear whether he could do that as an executive order or they would actually need legislation passed
to change national employment law.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, Jimmy?
But
Jimmy,
they could do it.
Expert on this?
They could do it as a rule from the National Labor Relations Board, I guess.
And then just have it just overturned when we elect the next reality TV show host. Yeah,
it's always best to have it done by Congress.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if any Congress is going to get anything done, it's these girls. And I like saying that, these girls. Because when you look at Congress, it's dominated by women. It's awesome.
Yeah, in the House, especially with the squad.
Yeah.
I love the squad.
The four hotties?
The four squad. Yep.
You and Frank Pelosi.
Are they hot? I don't even know. I don't pay attention enough.
Yeah, they're hot. They're cool. They're smart. They're not taking any bullshit from
Ladies,
Pelosi.
Bang your husbands.
It's woman on woman, though. It's
when you don't,
Pelosi.
They hate AOC. Everyone wants to have a piece of AOC. That's the real issue. That's why you're mad at her. My contractor that I do work with, right, helps me out around the house and stuff. He doesn't like AOC. He says she's nuts. I'm like, dude, you're like a union guy. You make great money because of thought and processes like that. Why do you dislike her? Because you were told? Because she's crazy? Why is she crazy? He didn't have anything to say. Change subjects. That's what you do.
I think she's doing good.
Jimmy, you should write her a letter.
But no, I mean, you guys take off on some of the weirdest things. Don't worry about what she looks like. She's doing her job. So she should stay there. She'd be thanked for doing her job. All of those women should.
We're going to cut that up and put that on Instagram. You just got the National Organization of Women Image Award. Jimmy Highland.
I'm not looking for that. I'm telling you the truth.
I know you are. People who aren't telling the truth are these two asshole jerks on some AM station in New York City. We got the audio on that. Listen to, and that was the reason why I brought up AOC anyway, Jimmy, was the segue. Fuck.
Sorry I blew up your segue.
That's all right.
I don't even know what a segue is.
These assholes, Goofy Goof and Jerky Jerk, what are their names? I don't even care. These two jerks are on AM something in New York. AM
710.
The Mets are on that. No, the Mets are on CBS now.
They moved over to 880.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Len Berman and Michael Rydell on 710 AM.
One guy's from upstate New York.
Yeah.
And the other guy is a failed sportscaster.
Yeah, he was the...
he got fired by every sports anchor that had him.
Why don't you try pitching the show to AM? We'd be stars.
Because I can't handle that, James. Can you imagine? ABC had me sit down with the program director, and he was talking to me, and he had this wavy hair, and he kept going like this the entire time.
For FM or AM?
So
same thing.
AM. So I'm like having a meeting with him like this. Like I'm an entire time like, why am I here? This is so stupid.
Yeah, but we could probably.
His hair was like, I'm like, fuck it, stop it with your fucking hair.
Probably smoke cigars in the studio though. That's old school.
You know what we could do? We could double decker their bathrooms.
Upper decker.
Upper decker. Did I say double decker?
Yeah.
We can upper decker Len Berman's bathroom. I don't know. We'll put up an inflatable rat at his kid's birthday party. Anyway, I'm just kidding. That's threatening. Let's play these racists saying racist shit. iHeartRadio employees, by the way. So if you don't like what you hear, there's an iHeartRadio Twitter app or Twitter account and a Facebook page and an email that you can easily just go ahead and go to UCOMMblog.com right here. All right, go right there right now. Google it. Go listen to this story, and we give you ways and means to not be bashful and tell iHeart, fire these fucking guys. Or slap them on the wrist, give me their slot, and they can come to this tiny little podcast studio and do their hateful racist bullshit there. You ready to play this?
WOR.
Oh, man, put AOC in a cage. That's my feeling about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez down under the border, screaming at the agents. Did you see some of them said that she was threatening them and they felt harassed by her? AOC down there?
Well,
yelling,
she is the harassing
type. Yeah. Oh, totally. She was screaming out of her car, and they're drinking out of toilets. And they said, well, actually, no, that's not really true. And the toilet's attached to the sink, and that's just kind of standard issue equipment that we have in these.
But it's still the toilet.
It's the toilet. AOC, the most annoying person on the planet, leads off our big three this morning down there using the kids in the detention centers as props with which to attack Republicans and Trump, of course. Yeah, blah, blah.
So here's a motherfucker who's never been to the border. And he knows as much about it as, you know, half of the residents at the local loony bin. So he knows nothing about it. Congresswoman Cortez Ortiz was there. Senator Beto O'Rourke is there. Congressman Tom Suozzi is there. When they come back to the people and say there are children drinking out of toilets, you motherfucker, that's happening. So, do we have another clip where he actually calls the immigrants those people? I mean, that is what got was whatever. You know, I'm angry about that. I'm not that angry about that. But what the next clip, if you listen, and we don't have it set up, Brian.
It's just a 5-minute clip.
It's 5 minutes. You got to take 5 minutes out of your day to listen to this hateful bullshit.
Remember where it is, Brian?
And look at the pasty, privileged faces of these two motherfuckers. Muhammad, I give you full permission. You ever see these guys, punch them in the nose. All right? It's only 3 days in jail. You get a bologna sandwich and a paper blanket. You got to walk on a lot of lines.
Yep.
And got to protect your asshole.
Will they make you drink out of the toilet?
You'll probably have to drink out of the toilet, but at least you punched Len Berman in the face.
We're going to give you a bunch of high fives when you get out.
Take the glasses off the other guy, break him, and threaten to stab him. But don't stab him because that's premeditated murder.
I'm actually curious, but if the toilet's attached to the sink, how does that work? Like,
I'm not a plumber. If you're a plumber, 646-408-463 says, explain to Muhammad how plumbing works. Or give us a call at 631-969-9599. The whole point of me bringing that up is that the issue down there is so grave and not to be laughed about. It is not, it's a concentration camp is what it is. For kids and adults. And the only crime that they committed was a better life for themselves. Anytime anyone with an O'Leary last name or a Ginzu Borelli last name, you motherfuckers are 2 generations deep into my country. I'm a LaGrange. We've been here a lot longer than you fuckers. We allowed you people to come here. All right, so that's what I mean by you people, Italians and Irish, putting down anybody with a Hispanic last name, and then piece of shit Trump telling these people to go back to their shithole countries and fix it. I mean, Trump, you are 2 generations in. Your grandfather came here illegally from Germany, right? Something like that. Austria?
I think his mother is an immigrant.
His mother's an immigrant, and his whorish wife is an immigrant too. $2 hooker she is.
You said how beautiful she looks naked.
No, I wouldn't fuck her with your dick. This is a pro-woman show, by the way.
This story did really well on blog. I just want to point that out.
Which one?
The WOR one. At least I saw it on Facebook. You were getting some hate, but also some support too. I think the balance is good.
I thank you for the support, folks. And I the hate I get on Instagram.
No, but the hate was from a bunch of idiots. You could tell from how they write.
Sometimes when I'm on the shitter, and if I put a little heart next to your comment on Instagram, I'm on the shitter. Know that, number one. And number two, if you do call me out on something and I want clarification, I'll say, okay, well, what do you mean? Please clarify. They never do, because Russian trolls move on to something else. Every time I see an NRA sticker, I think it's a Russian operative.
Well, that's the whole philosophy of the right wing. They just lie about something, and it doesn't matter how many people call them on it or want you to answer them. They don't answer anybody and move on, because just saying what they said is all they wanted to get out.
Know it all, Brian. What are the unions doing about ICE's atrocities? I understand that there was a picket set up by Unite Here, which is a union that represents a lot of new Americans in industries in which they work, which is hotels, motels, restaurants, and laundries.
Yep.
And
basically the entire hospitality industry.
Yeah, that's it. They own the market on that, and they picketed ICE. And
well, they threatened to picket.
Oh, they threatened to picket.
The president of Unite Here, whose name is D. Taylor, he promised that any hotels that started making deals with ICE to house the detainees in them
that's right. Yep.
would face a picket from Unite Here, and that it wouldn't only be hotels in New York, Las Vegas, Chicago, LA, where they're strong, but they were going to go across the country.
Good.
And it seems to have worked, because all the major hotel chains, Marriott, Hilton, IHG, which is like Holiday Inn, Best Western, they've all basically said they're not going to be housing detainees.
Yeah, I could join that picket line. Why not? Just grab a sign, walk, and do your job. You don't have to be the boss at every picket line, Dan. You can just show up and just be another number.
No, that would be really fun. Yeah. I once protested outside of a ICE center. I think it was somewhere in the city. And there was a mariachi band and everything.
This year?
It was like a year or two ago.
How come you didn't get that on video? You're such an asshole.
No, I did get some of it on video.
Did you
I just
share
didn't
it with
give
us?
it to you. I didn't give it to you. But what? I mean, it was 2 years ago. Whatever.
Jimmy, wake up. Yell at Dan.
Hey, don't do that again.
But one union
All right, Jimmy.
that did hold a protest, AFT, mobilized at the Custom and Border Patrol headquarters in D.C.
Nate.
A couple days before the raids were expected to start, making sure to let them know teachers don't support this kind of action.
When Trump was first elected, and young ladies, Muhammad, were having their headdress ripped off on the buses. What are those things called? You told me the other day. Hijabs. They're having their hijabs ripped off. These are just children going to school. They did nothing wrong. I'm like, fuck, we're going down the wrong road. I call my friends in the teachers' unions. Like, listen, I heard a rumor that they're going to start raiding schools. And I have a couple of young kids who are in elementary school. And how traumatizing would it be if all of a sudden their friend, because my kids are in dual language, meaning they learn everything in English and Spanish in school. Not it's because they're intelligent. People that can't speak more than one language are fucking stupid. So remind folks about that when they're like, in America we speak American. No, you're a fucking uneducated fuck. Go back to where you came from and stay there and don't talk to anybody. So when these whole raids were happening, one happened in Queens, and the educators stopped it. The teachers stopped the raid from happening. So I told my friends, hey, let's have a press conference outside of ICE here to say, over my dead body, you are not coming into our classrooms and taking kids away, spreading fear amongst the entire student body. Forget just the immigrant community. And they thought that was a little crazy. 2 years later, Randy Weingarten from the AFT is doing it. So who's nuts? Sorry, I got vision, Jimmy. I know what needs to be done. 2 years in advance.
Very moving.
I know.
Well, and there's been a good picture meme going around on Facebook about a union member that got picked up in one of the raids, and they said his first call was to his union.
Before anywhere else.
Before anyone else, he got his one call, he made it to the union. Guess what? That guy's not in detention anymore.
And
union got him out.
And guess who still wears his safety pin? Remember when that all happened? You're safe with me? The whole safety pin movement, once Trump was elected, you wear a safety pin to let people know, especially new Americans, hey, you can come to me if there's a problem. And cops did not like it because they want to be known as the people that you can go to if you're in trouble. Well, if you're on Facebook saying racist shit, officers, there's a pretty good chance that the immigrant community is not going to trust you. So one bad apple spoils the bunch. Bigoted cops in Los Angeles are putting racist shit, threatening violence against members of Congress. You wonder why people are wearing bobby pins and calling their unions before they call you. And if you think that having a guy who gives you lip service as president is helping your cause, it's actually making it a lot worse. How the quiet racism of the Trump base, let's go on the break, James. The quiet racism of the Trump base has turned into...
It's not so quiet anymore.
It has turned into the quiet disdain for the law and order community on the left side. We're just as divided, but we're not going to be as vocal about it now. We might not go out and protest at police departments when a shooting happens, but deep down inside in our hearts and in our minds, we're like, this is not the direction we're heading in, and maybe becoming a member of law enforcement is not a good career for anyone that you consider a loved one. And it's sad because I know a lot of good cops who don't deserve that. And the bigoted ones that feel like they can mouth off to me, well, understand that it's tough justifying your thought processes, and it's just wrong. Can we do a break, James? I want to get the fuck out of here, dude. All right.
Stop talking.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the op-ed, Acosta, and then we're going to go. UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. Talk news, sports, progress, and workplace politics. The fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. We'll be right back.
Promotional considerations for UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange are provided by the following.
Like what you're hearing and want to make a comment? Too shy to call? Too busy? Then shoot us a text at 646-408-4636. That is 646-408-4636. The official UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange text in line.
Whoa. I did try and fuck her. She was married.
That's huge news there.
No, Nancy. Yeah. No, this was marriages. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch. But I couldn't get there. And she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look. I got to use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab them by the pussy.
Finally, a super PAC dedicated to giving working people a seat at the table, UCOMMPAC.org. UCOMMPAC is a federally registered super PAC that gets behind causes and candidates that support expanding job opportunities through apprenticeships for all Americans, pay equity, livable wages, the right to organize, and repealing 14B, making right to work illegal in the United States. With clean money raised from regular working people, UCOMMPAC is changing the reputation of super PACs as a political organization that can serve the greater good. Learn more and donate today at UCOMMPAC.org. That's UCOMMPAC.org.
Do you want to get in on the action live during the show? Simply call 631-969-9599. That's 631-969-9599. The official UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange call-in line.
Back, UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. Talk news, sports, progress, and workplace politics. The fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. Text us at 646-408-4636 or give us a call, 631-969-9599. Ridiculous this show is. Absolutely ridiculous. Jimmy had to go to a doctor's appointment, and stepping in is Skippy Ding Dong Ding-a-ling-a-doo.
I'm a young version of Jimmy.
Young Jimmy.
I'm not as sexually active in the community as Jimmy is.
You had shingles.
I did. I still have a little bit.
Really? Is that right there?
Yeah, it's on my forehead.
Yeah, I can't really see it. Now, I understand that you get shingles from stress.
Yeah, from your boss stressing you out.
So I asked Ryan, I'm like, listen, am I really that bad? And he's like, I hate it when you come in and have me do work for this certain client. I'm like, okay, well, that's not happening anymore. And what? Something else?
Oh, your constant micromanaging and adjusting of little tiny things.
Listen,
here's
what's gonna happen. If I don't like the color blue, I'm gonna tell you.
Make it a lighter blue.
Make it a lighter blue. We have a lot of volume.
I'm going to color your green pen.
But you shouldn't be
silver.
stressed out so much. The work's always going to be here. It's never going away.
Well, then I think we need masturbatory breaks to keep me from stressing out so much.
Masturbatory breaks. We're going to put that in the CBA.
That's part of the negotiation.
We got to designate an area just for that.
Dan Hinton.
Yes, a masturbation station, right?
That's right.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
That's the bathroom back here?
Dan Hinton
This is what millennials
starts a new job on Monday. We don't have to say who or what.
Okay, good.
But because I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to either.
It's a big deal. You're basically going to be like a communications person for a large labor organization and have to do mini UCOMM work, basically. Mini UCOMM. You're like mini-me.
Yeah, you're multiplying.
I am. And Muhammad, you're going to Brooklyn College, right? And you wanna, and what's wrong, James?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
And you might want to transfer up to Albany to go and do politics, right?
Thanks very much, Rick.
Yeah, well, is this thing working?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, we
There's
can
like
hear
a bunch of schools that I'm really interested, but yeah, SUNY Albany is one that I am.
Yeah. Go up to Albany, learn what doesn't work, and continue to do the same bullshit. That's what Albany, New York is. Skippy, where you going? Uh-oh. Okay. So, oh shit. Two eyeballs on me now. All right. Acosta. Remember how I said before the last break? I said 2 years ago, let's do picket lines and rallies and press conferences at ICE, and then 2 years later, national organizations move and do that. Fuck you, LaGrange. Your ideas was too good at the time. It's gonna take us 2 years to get it on board, to get it moving. But here is another thing that I called out 2 years ago, and I wasn't the only one. I was one of many progressive communicators saying that it isn't a good idea to put somebody who has swept under the rug child sex trafficking and then making him the leader of a government agency. Probably not a good idea. 2 years later, Alex Acosta. Did I say Roger Acosta?
Uh-oh.
He got deported back to Cuba. Is that what happened to him? We deported him?
No.
All right.
They just forced him to resign as labor secretary.
So you didn't get deported?
Not
We
yet.
should take it a step further, right, Mohammed? Call all your Muslim friends who are putting up a fucking picket line. Deport Acosta. What happened? I mean, Jesus Christ, everyone knows what happened. But what happened in two words?
Jeffrey Epstein.
And that guy's probably going to go to jail, right? They got enough on him.
Apparently, he tried to kill himself last night.
Yeah,
so.
they found him
Why
on the
do they
floor.
fucking stop it? He's costing us hundreds of dollars.
Well, I think
This is the conservative in me.
the fact that he tried to kill himself was the admission of guilt.
You know.
Wait, what, Skippy?
The fact that he tried to kill himself is basically an admission of guilt.
Dude, it's just they're children. They're little girls. It's a sickness.
He knows what'll happen to him in jail.
You know what? If you're a kid fucker psychologist, call us right now. We'll give you the live mic. Is it a curable disease? I don't think so.
No.
That's why you have to register them. Something in their psyches find children sexually attractive. That's something very wrong. Not just nowadays, but in morality, has something wrong with the species. You know, are there babies? Are there seals that fuck baby seals? I mean, are there, do ants fuck baby ants? I mean, is it something that's normal?
It could just be something that happened to him as a child.
James, do you know if sharks fuck baby sharks?
Pretty sure we all know it's not normal.
So understand that. Go to UCOMM, search UCOMM on Instagram, and look at the picture of Jeff Epstein, who just tried killing himself in jail with the 45th president of these United States. That's our reality, folks. We can't make this shit up. It's not fake. Oh, my God. And LaGrange, get your shit together. I got to stop doing this because it's wrong. But every time I see a woman with a MAGA hat on, I just say out loud, grab him by the pussy. What do you do? Try to reason with them?
Yeah.
I used to see the look on their face like you just did something wrong. No, you're encouraging that behavior.
I mean, I hope that it actually dawns on them.
Yeah, like this is what I think about you. I think you have no respect for not only yourself in this country, but for women overall. And what do I do with a MAGA hat wearing guy? Go and be like, hey, you gonna let Trump fuck your daughter? I mean, I would get punched in the nose. I give you permission if I go out of bounds and say that. But I'm thinking that. Here's a guy who elected a man into office who was known to do that. And here you have a little girl sitting at dinner table with you out in downtown New York or Chicago or L.A. That's what I think of you. It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong of me to think that way, but that's how I think.
You throw the death stare.
I did do the death stare the other day. I told you about that.
One thing that was weird to me about the Epstein case was at first I kept hearing it from the right and people saying, oh, he used to be friends with Bill Clinton. And now I'm hearing like he was actually hanging out with Trump and Acosta and all these guys. So like now it's become a Trump thing. Like, I don't know. It was weird how it played out in the media.
I guess he has an island.
Oh, he has his own island?
Yeah, he's very wealthy.
Okay.
He was been longtime friends with the Clintons and the Trumps. So
it's a future episode of special victims unit.
Yeah. The only former president that wasn't worried when Epstein got arrested was Barack Obama. So.
What is this Okay, so that guy's gone. George Conway, the husband of Kellyanne Conway.
We don't want to talk about who's replacing him?
But Scalia.
I thought Scalia died.
This is his son.
His spawn.
Scalia's head.
His spawn.
Yeah.
Scalia's frozen head with Ted Williams. So who is this guy? He's a management lawyer?
Yeah, Eugene Scalia. He's Antonin Scalia's son. He is known for
Walmart and Boeing.
Walmart and
SeaWorld.
Boeing. Yep. He has a unnatural obsession with getting rid of repetitive stress industry injury regulations. So he thinks things like carpal tunnel syndrome are just junk science.
Yeah.
And the world is flat.
And if you remember when SeaWorld had one of the trainers get killed by a killer whale, he was the guy who was defending SeaWorld in that case.
We should put up inflatable rats at his kids' baptisms.
Yeah, we have a lot of baptisms to go to.
Yeah, we do.
Inflatable whale.
I'm Catholic. I should be going. It's my Catholic obligation. I was teaching Muhammad about Catholicism.
And the Scalias are like those old school Catholics, like Latin Mass, whole 9 yards. The breakaways.
Shut up. All right, so listen. Here we go. We got Conway. Who is he, Brian? Why do I care?
He's Kellyanne Conway, who's Trump's mouthpiece, her husband. And he doesn't like Trump.
Okay. All right, this is long.
So much nepotism.
Is this it?
Yeah. Very long.
Did you read it? I read the Mueller report. It's pretty good.
Did you?
So then the Conway editorial is pretty short.
Yeah. Mueller. I give a shit about Mueller and that stupid report. The Russians, obviously, everyone knows. No one, not even the Trump base, is questioning the fact that they were served by Russian bots and trolls. They know. That's why NRA stickers is code for fucking Russian operatives.
Or you're just giving them way too much credit.
That they know things?
I don't think a lot of them knew, honestly.
You know what Trump voters are? They're people who think Kellyanne Conway's hot.
She is a spring chicken. The guy's like, Jimmy, come back. So what did his op-ed say? And what is this George guy? What is he?
He's a lawyer down in D.C., like a lawyer and a lobbyist, I think.
So he's important just because of who his wife is.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Kind of like me.
Sure.
My wife's way more important.
If you were a lawyer.
I mean, he spent most of the editorial just talking about how he had faced some of these same things when he was a kid, being told to go back to his home country, because I think he's from South Africa. But the main point was
he's an African American.
He is.
He's probably a slaver from.
Shut up. You're right. He's an African American.
That's very progressive. Of
I know
Kellyanne.
a South African guy. I'm going to call him African American and see the reaction. Tune in next week. I'll let you know how it happened. I'll have a black eye.
She might divorce her husband now.
No, you know what? They should embrace that, because I don't like saying that. Brian and I have argued about it in the past. And Muhammad, you're a person of color, so you claim.
I mean, biologically, I am.
If somebody says pauses and takes time out of their daily vocabulary to really think about it and say African American, could that same person, in the same respect, secretly be dropping the N-bomb when no one's around?
I mean, but that applies with anyone. Like, anyone could possibly say that, like, especially in private. Like, I don't know, like, in theory, even I could secretly be doing that. Like, it's just, there's no necessarily, like, correlation there. Like, if we're,
Come on, what are you saying?
I'm just saying is that, like, there's a lot of deep embedded racism within our society.
It's ingrained in your soul.
Almost. Like that's kind of a goofy way to say it, but it's like, we've really been built on so many, from the slaves to Jim Crow and whatnot, that we just never really acknowledge just how deep it is, and like how we have to really like exercise it out of the heart and soul of America.
If a white male is in talking about their friend or their neighbor or their coworker and calls them black, are they insensitive, or are they just, it's not a big deal?
Fine. I think that's fine. Like, if
write it down, mail it to fuckface over here, okay? I think it's.
I'm not against people saying that. But
yeah, but you do it, and it drives me nuts.
I call people African Americans.
I don't care. Stop doing it.
Dan,
you know what?
Dan, what's your take on this?
We're gonna have a whole show based on it.
As a mustache wearer, what's your take on this?
Yeah, Dan, you look like a porn star.
I need more black friends for sure.
I have a Muslim one now.
If you're a black guy, call the show.
Yeah, let us know who's right and who's wrong, me or Brian or Muhammad. And if you think
I'm gonna take Muhammad's word on anything people of color related.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It just took him forever to come out with a thought. I didn't mean to cut him off.
I thought that was a very intelligent thought, though.
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy when you need him?
We should have Muhammad on more.
Jimmy calls Japanese people Japs on my show. Thanks, Jimmy.
That's a that's a holdover.
Come on.
Hey, Mike.
Are we done? Was this an okay show, James? Do we have any interactions? No one gives a shit.
Well, we didn't talk at all about what Conway actually said.
Oh, okay. We're almost done. Oh my God!
Make it fast. The second camera's about to die.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. That one's dead. That one's dying.
All right. Well, give the UCOMM pack. Take out your credit card and write us a check for $10,000 to UCOMM pack so we can start running ads.
So Conway's main point was just that he's always thought Trump was an idiot, a buffoon, a joke. But now the stuff that he said about go back to your country where you came from, and his support for neo-Nazis, calling them good people, the birther conspiracy, bringing up a judge's family heritage, he now thinks Trump is a racist and a danger to our country.
Yeah, and he also says that Republicans are cowards for not standing up to him. And, Democrats, they can't get out of their own way. I mean, shit. If I went to a club meeting for the local Democrats and said the word black, I'd be labeled a racist right away, right? And then I'd bring up union stuff, and they wouldn't talk about it because they want to talk about other stupid shit like climate.
Well, the Democratic Club,
they want to make climate's
not stupid.
Climate and pride. They want to make that the number one issue of the upcoming election, and it shouldn't be because
you're gonna end up fucking losing again because you're a bunch of fucking dummies.
We should be talking about union rights, and that's it.
Agreed.
Thank you, James. James, everybody.
You're welcome.
James
2020.
James 2020. All right.
Like Seal.
Can we be done?
Let's get out of here.
All right, we're done. All right, listen, folks. The only crime that you can commit, you, Skippy Ding Dong, Dingling will do, is getting shingles from stressing out too much.
It's your fault.
My fault. But the only crime that you can commit is the crime of doing nothing. So get off your ass and do something. This has been UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. Talk news, sports, progress, and workplace politics. The fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. Thanks for stopping by, San Diego. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye.